Hello, hello. Today I logged into WoW and I saw that it was a very dark and gloomy rainy day, as you can see from the sky. So I thought it would be a nice opportunity to make a video where we walk through Stormwind and observe the environment as we enjoy the rainy sounds. So, right now, we are in the Cathedral graveyard, and I'm going to walk through the other districts of Stormwind, and as we do so, we can just explore the environment and take a nostalgic walk together through some old content. I suppose it's not quite that old, since this was revamped in Cataclysm. Well, I think even after Deathwing destroyed part of Stormwind, and later on, a lot of parts were rebuilt, and the Cathedral district was expanded. You know, I really love, that they added these parasols in Shadowlands. But the funny thing is, I don't even think the way she's carrying it is really protecting her from the rain. She's just kind of holding it. But we can pretend that it's being used as an umbrella. Okay, so what's really cool here is there's now this connection point from the graveyard to the Stormwind docks. It took me a really, really long time to even notice this. So let's just see what's down there briefly. Various ships, long stairwells, and the same lighthouse that's been there for a long time. I think at least since Wrath of the Lich King. I always expect to find something at that lighthouse, but there's nothing there. What's this guy? Yoska Merce. Interesting. I actually love that they never redesigned the cathedral. I think the old look of it, even after over 20 years, it holds up really well. I mean, it doesn't have many polygons, but it still looks so good after all this time. Okay, here's a place that players sometimes host pretend weddings. You'll see it occasionally. Okay, and next time, or next, we'll check out the Cathedral district and its water fountain. I think it's actually got multiple fountains. There's this one. And there should be another fountain. I think it's hilarious how there's like apples on the ground with their like 10 polygons. And there's the main cathedral waterfall. There's the cathedral. Now, here's the orphanage. This person does look suspiciously familiar. Not sure who it is. It almost looks like it's Arthas, but I know it's not. Oh, it's Uther the Lightbringer. A righteous paladin, an honorable man, and a dear friend. You will never be forgotten, brother. Okay. So from here on, we're going to visit Lion's Rest, where former King Varian Wren is buried. I do miss the park district. It's cool how the Stormwind guards, since it's dark now, they're carrying lanterns that light up the path around them. Now, it does remind me of this really old machinima. I don't even remember what it's called, but it got a lot of views. I seem to be the only machinima the person who made it ever posted. Alright, so I paused recording the video for just a moment because I wanted to remember what the name of that machinima was, because it was so good, and I found it again. It's called The Craft of War Blind. The Craft of War Blind, and it features Valera Sanguinar basically sneaking into Stormwind, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but it is so good. The person who made the machinima even edited her model. So they edited her model and made a custom one for her. And yeah, that was really cool, I think. Okay, so now we're approaching Varian Wren's grave. There we go, if you want to take a look at it. I'm going to take a look at the view around it. So from here we can see the docks, and even Westfall. There seems to be a player of White Elf way down there for some reason. Okay. You know, looking at this parasol, you can tell that it's made of, other than like the actual top part, it's made of just like pure metal, and it's spiky, so I'm sure you could use it as a weapon if you wanted to. Probably not efficiently without breaking it. So let's look at the sky again. I love it when it's dark and gloomy like this. I think even Azeroth's 2 moons are covered up. It's so cloudy you can't even see them, but you can see the stars. Okay. Oh, we need to go left. You know, something a little bit ironic about me making WoW YouTube videos again, because for those who don't know, a long time ago I started this channel and made a few videos, but I was focused on university and then starting my career, so I didn't really have time to make the videos. But during that time I did get a gaming desktop. However, I've moved since and I had to get rid of the gaming desktop, so I'm playing on my laptop, and because of that I can't set the graphics super high without the fan going off, but I'm sure I'll figure something out eventually. Anyways, we are, what is this, in the Mage quarters. Yep. And there's another outlook point over here. I want to show it actually. I think it's pretty cool. I also think it's really cool if you see over there that warlock carriage with the 2 hell steeds. I honestly think warlocks have the coolest mounts in the game. Even the old models look amazing. Okay, and there's some sort of demon hunter recruitment area here. I'm not sure that this was there before. There's a little guy, a quartermaster, but he doesn't appear to sell us anything. Seems like he's being intimidated by this Illidari. That's odd. I never noticed this Legion content. Illidari Dark Caller. So, she's selling stuff as well. Yeah, I'm very confused. Did I just like completely skip this part of the game? Anyway, once again we see the Stormwind docks and Westfall. And that player's still down there. That watching the ocean, and the ship passes by. Okay, let's continue exploring. Yeah, this seems to be Legion content, but I don't remember it being here before. How confusing. Anyway, now that the Stormwind Park is gone, I would say that the Mage District is my favorite area of Stormwind. It's so naturey. You see the buildings are just covered in vines, which, like in real life, vines are, like if you don't maintain them, they will destroy a building's foundation. But I'm assuming, since this is a video game, stuff like that, consequences like that, are never realized. So, for years, for over 20 years, we get to enjoy these vines everywhere, enjoy the sight of these vines. Okay, so next is some trees, along with apple trees, and the Mage Tower. Got some mushrooms to the right. Next to the tree, there's actually a lot of taverns in the Mage District. A lot of taverns. I think I've seen 3. One of which is the entrance to the Warlock secret. I don't know if you would call it a headquarters, but in Classic, where Warlocks would go to train their spells and pick up class-specific quests. But it's so interesting to see the juxtaposition of Cold Stormwind and these new races and content. I like it. It makes it seem more lively. Oh hey, other player who's also walking through the Park District. I should say the Mage District. Anyways, we're going to enter the trade district soon. My gosh, I just remembered, since I'm walking next to the canals, do you all remember the sewer beast? I have not seen the Stormwind sewer beast in years. Maybe people murder it as soon as they see it, but I swear there's a sewer beast creature that spawns in any ends of the canal. When I was a hunter main years ago, I would camp waiting for the sewer beast, and one day I finally caught it. Spawned. However, it was a few levels higher than me, so I couldn't train it. And that's how I learned that the beast you're taming needs to be the same level as you or below for you to be able to tame it. Okay. Let's walk through the more interesting part of Stormwind. Because back there we've just got the barber shop and Fletcher and pretty sure Topper McNabb, the guy who's been begging for over 20 years for a copper, got one of the Stormwind auction houses. I love how the 2 wild imps are just jumping around like they're having so much fun exploring Stormwind with me. Over there we've got the Flame Master, which if you're a hunter and you find a ghostly looking plume, you can spawn a spirit beast of one of the griffins and tame it. I've never seen it before on my hunter. But what I do have on my hunter, which is, I know this video is supposed to be about Stormwind, but I'm just rambling here. My favorite pet on my hunter is Lacuna Hawk. I spent years around Wrath of the Lich King, well after it, looking for Lacuna Hawk, and I finally got it years later. I don't know if I have duplicates. I might have duplicates on my hunter. Anyway, you see this? Our umbrella went away, that's okay though. So you see this? This over here used to be a fake instance entrance. So there was a giant gate here a long time ago, and an instance portal. I remember making a group of people in Stormwind, or joining a group, and we somehow glitched through the wall and got into the portal area, and we tried going through it and nothing happened. So I assume that it was going to be some dungeon in Stormwind that got removed. And actually, if you see over here, it's the Stormwind jail, and that also used to have an instance portal, but now you see it's been removed. So I think on top of the Stormwind stockades, they were going to make a Stormwind prison dungeon, but they just never did it. Okay, and we are in Old Town, where the warriors and rogues hang out. There is, excuse me, there is an old rogue building. There's an old rogue building behind the Battle Masters. If you go past the command center, is what it's called. I'll show you guys. We see rats around here. So it's probably not the most well-maintained area. So you've got the training dummies to the left, the command center to the right, and I'm not really sure what this building is called, but it has old rogue quests. See, you've even got some gnomes, Mage Warlock Trainer, that are dressed in old classic raid gear. If we go downstairs here, this looks new to me, honestly. It looks like this is where they moved the Warlock Trainer. The Warlock Trainer used to be in the Mage District. Got a shady dealer, so I didn't realize they changed this. Oh, and he sells his Zonzel's slow poison. It kills anyone who drinks it after a week. So they have completely revamped this area, which makes me kind of sad. I was expecting last NPCs to be there, but it appears they've put all the class trainers in here now. And honestly, I preferred when all the class trainers were in their own separate themed areas, because it kind of makes sense. Why would, for example, the warlock trainer be hanging out with like a paladin trainer? It's just weird. Like their views are completely different. I mean, it's nice that everyone's friends now, but it's a little bit weird. Okay. So, this video might get pretty long because now we're approaching Stormwind Keep, and there's also the Dwarven district and the area that has the allied race building with the lake and farmhouses. Okay. So to the right, you'll see another inn, and I'm pretty sure this is where you can buy up a bunch of classic cooking recipes. Okay, so we're now approaching Stormwind Keep. And we can take a look at the gardens, the court gardens, as well as the throne room. I'm gonna be honest, I have not paid attention to who is currently King of Stormwind. I'm pretty sure it's Anduin Wren. However, don't quote me on that. Stormwind has they've had so many kings in this game. I think the first one got kidnapped and put on an island. Was it Gil'jim's Island? I don't remember. I didn't play the game at that time to know. Okay, look at this massive waterfall. That must be Varian Wren, who the statue is of. I'm surprised it's still raining. The weather effects last a really long time. Okay, so it's funny. The outside has been completely revamped of Stormwind Keep, but the inside remains the same. I'm assuming that's Anduin on the throne. Is it? Or is it someone else? To the right is where you can enter old PvP zones. This is Terralion. I need to play the story of Midnight to understand this. I need to play more of the story. So So, in King Gantuan's absence, I have been entrusted with the protection of Alliance citizens. Okay.
Go in service.
Okay, dude. I mean, it's realistic. You can't have the same person be in power for years and years. Let's check out the courtyard. It looks very similar to before. However, there seems to be what I think is a portal, a hydro portal. But can we go through it? I probably shouldn't try that, but luckily it didn't work. There's an archaeology room to the right. And since it's convenient for us, I'm going to go to the naturey Farmland lake area instead of going to the Dwarven district. We can do the Dwarven district last. So let's mount up. Okay. So over here appears to be Ragnaros' scale. And here is some portals. Here are some portals for Cataclysm, I believe. There might be other expansions too. And there's one NPC I'm looking for. They would be over here. I'll show you. And you all are probably already aware of this. But if you're not, if you go up to Ming Ming and you hug Ming Ming, they give you a bamboo shoot. I think it's a she. She gives you a bamboo shoot and you can turn into a baby panda just like Ming Ming. And you even have a jumping animation. How cool is that? And the effect stays up for 10 minutes. So let's explore this area. I'm not sure. It doesn't really have a name. Let's explore it as a baby panda. Here we've got a battle pet trainer, not a baby pet trainer. I'm assuming there's going to be some pets living in here. No, it's just a normal house. Actually, there's Waffle Joe. I actually have this pet. Oh, he hid from us. He got scared. He seems to be based off a Ghibli movie, because there's this cauldron that cooks. I forget which movie it's from, but look at him go. Waffle Joe. Okay. Anyway, let's see where to go next. We've explored the 2 islands on this lake. Finally, let's go down here and explore the rest. Gonna take a route to where I can just go straight to the Dwarven district after. Got a fisherman over here. Look at this panda. It's paddling like a dog. Okay. Here we have some farmhouses with a dog inside. A nice big pumpkin patch, some cows, a void elf portal, and a portal for the dark iron halide race. Actually, Yeah, these are all allied race portals. I didn't realize there were so many. Got what appears to be a blacksmithing area over here. And yeah, this is pretty much an allied race area. I got Chromie over there. If you want to time travel, through the expansions. And finally, we are at the Dwarven district. We've got the second Stormwind bank back here, and the other Stormwind auction house, which I don't think anyone uses. Engineering trainers, mining trainers. I don't remember what this is. I think it's just another inn, yep. Okay. This one I think is just a regular building. There's an area I want to show that's kind of hidden. I know everyone knows about it at this point, but I think it's fun to explore regardless. It's slightly outside of the Dwarven district. So, I've got this Mecha mount to the left. I think that's New Baltoblat. Got the entrance to Deep Run Tram, which I wonder if people still use now that they have dragon riding. There's also the Hunter's Lodge over there. I like how the ground here is all made of cobblestone. It's a little fishing area. Yeah, it's like mossy cobblestone. I think that the ground texture here is the coolest out of all of Stormwind. It's very rustic. I like the rest of the district. So, finally, I'm going to show you all one of my favorite parts of Stormwind. It's a little hidden nook. And it's actually one of the places that's been revamped. So they've added some NPCs to it. Here we go. So the entrance is the Shady Lady. The Shady Lady. Let me take off this parasol so you all can see better. They've added a lot to this. People are drinking here. And this bear statue has always been here. We've got drinks on the table. We've got shady deals going on here. Look at the size of this animal. cures played out on the table for anyone to take. He just sells alcohol. Let's take a wine glass and take it out. And now we are drinking wine. Well, we're holding a wine glass very precariously. It's basically stuck. It's basically stuck inside the glass. Maybe we're just LARPing that we're drinking wine here. It's very bright here. Do you all see how bright it is? It's very cool, so it's still raining. But this particular spot stays bright despite the rain. I really like that. So, people used to gather here. I'm sure they still do. But when there were fewer places to go in World of Warcraft, they would go and hang out in this area. Not often, obviously. Okay. So I think we've explored all there is to explore in Stormwind. I know there are crypts. There's a crypt inside the Stormwind Cathedral I didn't explore. And there's a crypt, a warlock area inside the Shady Inn in the Mage district. But I don't think they have anything too interesting. Anyway, thank you for getting this far. If you're still watching, even if not, thank you for watching. I hope this helped relax you all, and have a wonderful